Melewski, who covers not only the Orioles, but the minor league Orioles, and the name Hunter Harvey keeps creeping up. What's the latest on Hunter Harvey?
Well, Tom, hopefully he's getting closer to pitching for an affiliate. I mean, Hunter Harvey, we know, one of the best pitching prospects in baseball, certainly one of the best. The Orioles, he's been out with a groin injury. He threw 2 innings yesterday at extended spring training in Florida. It went well. He threw well. He felt good. That was the most important thing. He's on a 5-day schedule now, Tom. So Tuesday he'll pitch again at extended. Pretty soon they'll get him to an affiliate. That's very likely to be Frederick. So good news so far. Knock on wood for Hunter.
How about the top headlines for minor league baseball for the Orioles this week?
Well, the Orioles won a few Player of the Week awards this week, period ending Sunday. The awards announced Monday. Mike Yastrzemski, obviously one of the big names on the farm for the Orioles. His granddad was in the Hall of Fame, Carl. And, you know, Mike had kind of a so-so year, and I think he would say that last year at Bowie. And then he played spectacularly in the playoffs. So he's got it going right now for the Bay Sox, that Player of the Week in the Eastern League. This young man at Delmarva, Yermin Mercedes, he's 23 from the Dominican, originally signed by the Nats. They released him. The Orioles signed him in September of 2014. He has about the hottest bat going in the minor leagues right now. He hit .520 for the week. He's leading the South Atlantic League in hitting right now. He has got an OPS of nearly 1,200. He has really been a hot hitter. His catching needs to improve a little bit, but you got to give Yermin Mercedes credit for the bat he's got going. And Trey Mancini, Tom, promoted. We heard it was going to happen. He would move from AA to AAA. He started this year back at Bowie, but now he's finally in Norfolk. He's 4 for 16. He had a big night the other night. So I think a lot of fans are excited to see Trey Mancini at AAA, see what he can do there, and see if he can get his way here.
Yermin had some mean numbers last week.
Oh, my gosh. He was 20 for 40 at one point.
520 batting average. Unbelievable. Now, how about the Orioles, the number of players that are coming through the system now to make it here in Baltimore?
You know, one thing, Tom, it's interesting. The Orioles kind of get rated down a bit in some of these organizational rankings. But when I ask the experts at places like Baseball America, how do you grade the Orioles farm? They grade it by first looking at the major league team, because that's where you're sending the kids to, right? So look at the position players in the last few years and the pitchers currently on this team that have made their way here. This is the winningest team in the American League since 2012, and the farm system has been a big part of that. Not only the names we just listed, right now 3/5 of the Orioles starting rotation is homegrown, Wright, Wilson, and Gosman. They've acquired players by trading draft picks. So, Tom, this is what you want your minor leagues to do. We know right now the Oriole farm doesn't have a great reputation, you know, in some of these national publications. But as I said, you want to send players to win in Baltimore. That's the goal of the farm. And this team has been the winningest team in the league since 2012. Scope, Machado, Gosman, Caleb Joseph, Wieters. We could go on and on. They came from the farm. They came here. They've been winning here.
And speaking of the farm, some of the players on the farm system have been traded to upgrade the Orioles pitching, like Devin Jones for Brad Brock.
Well, that's another way you make your farm system work for you. I mean, look how good Brad Brock is pitching for the Orioles right now. He's been tremendous this year. He was tremendous last year. The Orioles acquired him for Devin Jones, a player they drafted who really never amounted to much on the farm, and that was a good trade for the Orioles. You know, we could go back to the trade that just keeps giving and giving, the Eric Bedard trade. They traded a player they once drafted who pitched well in Baltimore to get Adam Jones and Chris Tillman. So this is also how you use your farm system, Tom. It's not just about the players you draft that get to Baltimore, but sometimes it's players you draft and develop that you trade to bring players to help win in Baltimore. And some of these guys we know could come back to haunt the Orioles. Eduardo Rodriguez, we'll see Zach Davies. Some of these guys are doing well elsewhere that they traded, but you got to take a shot. You got to make some moves, and you got to do things to win here.